Well, hello everyone. It is your spiritual guide, your soul coach, and we're going to talk about astrology. We're going to talk about your zodiac signs and what it is you're going to experience this week, 10/13 through 10/19. Let's get into it. So the big news for this week is that Pluto, which is known as the Lord of the Underworld, is going direct. It was retrograde from May 4th, 2025 until 10/13. So this is really going to start a new chapter in your life. This is a new cycle. This is you focusing on moving forward in your life. You're going to have a clearer sense of direction. And the biggest shift is going to be felt by Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and also I wrote down Aries and Virgo. So we're going to go ahead and I have some channeled messages for you for your sun and rising sign. I'm going to deliver those. And then I'm also going to shuffle and pick a card for your sun and rising for this week. So Pluto, the planet of transformation, moves very slowly. And this energy right now, this week, is about you feeling like you're reclaiming your power. You're reclaiming your divinity. Something that was lost is now found. And you have been releasing some outdated beliefs. You've been releasing some outdated patterns. You might have released a job. You might have released some people in your life. So we're going to go ahead and see for your sun and rising sign what I got channeled in for you and give you an added bonus of a tarot card. All right, so first up is Aries. Okay, Aries, what I got was that your social life and your friend group is shifting and changing. And you're in a transformation where you're, of course, reclaiming your power. Something ended in your life and something is beginning. This is really a big new chapter for you. And you're going to feel this week some more momentum and drive towards the life that you truly desire, that you believe that you will be fulfilled in. So you're going to start to put things in place that are systems in place that are going to help you achieve your goals. And it also looks like, there's some people in your life that you couldn't count on, and that you're releasing, hanging out with them as well. So let's just shuffle the cards and see what card you get for this week. And oh, wonderful. So I got here for you the Ace of Cups. And this is really about you opening and receiving. I mean, when you look at this card, everything is just overflowing. It's abundance. It's flowing. It's not only are you experiencing abundance, but you are affecting others. The ground beneath you is also getting watered. So open up your heart, receive what is coming in. And there's some overwhelm. There could be some new romance, or romance is coming back into your life. And the question would be, what emotions are coming to the surface? So pay attention to your feelings and focus on your goals and have a fabulous week there, Aries. Well, hello there, Taurus. We're now talking about you, sun and rising, and the channeled message I got from you was you reclaiming your power, and it was feeling as if this was about your career. So if you haven't gotten a raise, then it would be a great time to ask. And if you've been in your career and you feel as if it's stagnant, that it would be a great time to look at where you could be of value somewhere else. It could also mean a side hustle for money. And so releasing that you have to stick somewhere because it's good enough, and or that you maybe your side hustle isn't going to make you any money or something like that. I feel like it's going to be successful. So you're knowing your value. Maybe before you were kind of sure about your value, but you're realizing how valuable you are in your field and in life. So let's just see what cards you get for this week. All right. Okay. So no wonder I was feeling a little choked up. I got the Ten of Swords. So this is a feeling of defeat, backstabbing. So maybe in the past you've experienced failure, or you're seeing it as failure, and you're afraid to step into this, a little bit afraid to step into your full power or into this new position, or segue with your side job because you're afraid to fail. So the question would be, can you surrender and trust that better times are coming? Because just because that something didn't work out in the past, you were being redirected, you're being kind of hard on yourself right now. So release those swords. The swords are, of course, the words that you're speaking over your life when you're saying it was a failure and awful and defeat. How about you just redirect your words into that wasn't for me at the time. I needed to learn a few lessons about life, and I got them. And this time around, I have become a lot more keen and smarter in the way that I handle things and people. And I'm ready to step into my personal power in my career and in my life. So good luck there, Taurus. Just be mindful of the words that you're speaking over your life this week, and tap into your personal power because you have a lot of it. Okay, next up is Gemini, Sun and Rising. And I really got for you that your worldview is shifting and changing. So maybe you had a different perspective on things or life, and something has shifted within you where you have changed the way you're seeing life. And I also got that there is a need for a trip, to plan one. This could be for pleasure or for work, or maybe to plan two. One regarding your work, or one for pleasure, or maybe you're mixing the two. And this trip that's coming up is also going to help you expand your horizons, expand the way that you see the world. It's going to be pretty important that you go. So don't self-sabotage it and say, I don't need to go and I need to save more money. Of course, you need to balance your budget, but I feel like this trip is super important for your growth. And you come back a little bit changed, and you're also creating an amazing memory for yourself here. So go ahead and open up to what that trip is about and where you're going. You can begin, now that Pluto is direct with your personal power, you can put the things in action, like where am I going, where am I going to stay, who am I going to stay with, or am I going to stay in an Airbnb, or am I going to stay with some friends or something like that, or am I going to get a cool hotel that I've never stayed in before. So there's going to be a little bit of excitement around the planning. So use your power. It's a great time to do that this week, to get clear on where this trip is and where you're going to be and where you're going to stay. So, yeah, I feel like your third eye is opening a little bit more this week, and you're seeing more clearly, and you're also seeing through a new lens. All right, so I shuffled the cards while I was talking, and I got here your card this week is Judgment. Wow, Judgment. So answering the call to action opens new doors. So it says to take action, and there's new opportunities calling you. It's a sense of renewal, and also to release any judgment. So if you've been seeing the world through judging yourself and then judging others, I feel like that's shifting into being less judgmental of yourself, being easier on yourself, being kinder to yourself and more loving to yourself, and also releasing the judgment on others, and focusing on the joys in life, focusing on what lifts you up, what you're excited about, and maybe even listening to some beautiful music to help you when you get in a funk. And so the question is, what is your calling? And of course, you don't have to have a calling. It could just be that you're here and you're experiencing things. There's no pressure on that. But if there's a deeper calling that is within you, that is calling out to be seen and heard, listen to it. This is a great week for your personal power, for bringing that in, for taking a risk and saying, I've always wanted to try this or that, and then go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Maybe if you want to try a side gig doing something new, or maybe you want to try a new a place to visit. Maybe you've been going to the same places. So this really does feel like it's going to help open you up more. You're going to meet some new people. You're going to have some new amazing experiences. So like I said, just release the judgment on yourself. If you've been harsh on yourself, this has been a really intense year. And release it on others, because everyone is really going through a lot. A lot of our traumas are surfacing. A lot of our pain is become so prevalent, and some people are working on themselves and some aren't. So just release that. And if anyone has hurt you in some kind of way, they maybe do a release ritual for that. Write some things down and burn them or put them in the earth, or just bring up a chair in front of you and say the things that you never got to say, and act as if they heard it, because their soul will hear it. So have a fabulous week. Have fun planning, and be kind to yourself. Bye. Okay, so next up is Cancer, Sun, and Rising. And so this week is going to be about intimacy, trust, and also balancing your budget. So if you've been putting off having a tough conversation with somebody, it's time to have that conversation to clear the air. It's better to clear the air now that you're reclaiming your personal power than just ignoring the situation. So have a sit down with whoever you need to sit down with, and address your concerns with your power and your boundaries in place to find a resolution. And I also feel like you are really wanting to pay off some debts, so you're going to be budgeting. And it looks like there is a possibility of some new money coming to you, so you'll be able to pay off those debts, which is great. And also there could be some family secrets are surfacing, or something to do with your family that it's kind of being stirred up for you to look at and process and heal. And it would also be a great week for you to reach out to a trusted friend or mentor and not just to try to figure it out all on your own. So this is a very monumental week for you. And so don't hide like the crab away from your power. Embrace it and know that any difficult conversation you need to have, that you will rely on your inner strength and your grace, and wanting to resolve something would be your intention, and also wanting to get yourself in a financial situation where you feel better. So what do you need to do? What actions do you need to take towards that goal? Is there something like, have you been buying too many Starbucks? Could you cut that out? Or is there something that you could do, like ask for your raise or something like that? And then of course just look at how you could budget, and if you have a significant other, to have that conversation with them as well, and work together to create a plan for your future. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle these cards and see what card you get this week. Oh my God. So I got the Devil. So, you know, this could be about bondage, greed, materialism, addiction, pleasure. And the question is, what beliefs keep you in a cage? So don't let that dark energy get to you. Don't succumb to, oh, I'm never going to get out of debt, or I'm never going to get my raise, or I don't really want to talk to that person, I'm going to avoid them. That would be a devil energy, right? So face your fears, shine light on the situation, so that, and bring in your own personal power. Don't let fear be in the driver's seat, okay? And everyone has fears. It seems like on the opposite end of this Devil card would be you releasing bondage to something, some kind of thoughts that you've had, or darker thoughts, or maybe over consuming or worried about money too much, right? How about just budget? How about just talk with your partner and budget? Or if you're on your own, what could you do to supplement your income? Or when was the last time you used your voice and your power and asked for a raise? So it's not to be scared of the Devil card, but just to be mindful that, you know, when the Devil shows up, there's something that you're afraid of, or there's some kind of bondage there, and it's time to break those chains and make a change. So, and you have the power to do that. You really do. You can utilize your personal power. Don't shy away from it. Use your voice to communicate what your needs are. And it's kind of like how as they say, like, feel the fear and do it anyways, because on the other side of whatever it is you're afraid of or you're avoiding is true joy. It's the true pleasure. So if you've been maybe overindulging in sweets or something and wanting to avoid a difficult conversation, just go ahead and have it. And if you need some kind of advice on it, like, man, I don't know how to bring this up, or I'm not sure how to handle this situation, then reach out to somebody that could help you, maybe run things over with them, you know, go back and forth, practice, and you don't have to do it alone. And so you're going to, this week, notice what fears are blocking you from your joy, from the things that you want. You want your family to be happy. You want to have money in your account. You want to have some fun experiences, right? So where is it that you're feeding your fears? And how could you stop feeding them? And what actions could you take this week towards achieving a goal, or releasing a fear, or going through a fear, and directly handling some things in your life that have been bothering you? And if any secrets or things in the family that have come up and surfaced, then it's time to look at it. You don't have to handle all of that this week, but if it comes up, it would be great for you to just kind of process it and how you want to handle it. And like I said, don't feed the fears, okay? You can look at the fears, shine light on them. You could even feel them when you're going towards the things that you desire, that you really want, or working things out with somebody, or addressing something, and see it going well, and begin to have just a little bit of faith and belief in yourself and your own personal power, because you're a very strong person. So have a good week, and like I said, if you need assistance, you have to do it alone, reach out to a trusted friend or mentor. Okay, we'll talk next week. Okay, so next up is Leo Sun and Rising, and this week for you is going to be about stepping into your power, advancement in your work, in your career. So there's going to be an opportunity for you to take a class or step up, or have a greater amount of people that you are working with or influencing. You could have a shift in your position and into a higher position. And if it's not this week, it definitely is coming up for you this month. So there could be talks about it, or you could be thinking about it, how you desire more, or you'd like to take the lead on a certain project, or people are talking about you taking more of an active role as leader in something. And the other thing that is for you this week is your love life. So your love life is also highlighted, and where is it that you could balance it out? Is there any issues with your budget, or with give and take, or planning certain things? Is it been one-sided? So you're going to show up more for your partner, for your love life, and you're also excited about your life right now. You're stepping into this new version of you, and this week is asking you, how can I balance the excitement and ambitions I have for life with my love life, with my family? So this is about you balancing everything. It feels like a juggling act, but you definitely can handle it, because there's immense power that I am feeling for Leos. It is such a huge shift and a change upward. And so if things have felt a little stagnant, that shifts for you this week. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and see which cards you get. Okay. All right. So I got the Hermit card, and this is the Virgo card. So you might have been hiding. You might have been, when Pluto was retrograde, you might have been introspective. Thinking about some things. What do I want for my love life, or what is missing in it? Or how do I keep the spark alive? Or what are some things that has been missing? Or has there been any miscommunications that this week you'll be able to communicate very directly and powerful and show up fully? This says you've had some enlightenment, some epiphanies with the introspection. And this card is asking you, how do you feel about your inner world? How do you feel about you? Is there anything that you feel like could be a block? Then it's time to make sure that you have released that. And if there's something, a block when it comes to love, where you've been feeling compromised, or either you haven't showed up fully, or they haven't showed up fully for you, it's time for some action. It's time to come together. It's time to grow. It's time to create some memories. It's time to let down the wall if you've had it up a little bit because you needed some space, and to reconnect with your lover, and be intimate and loving, and open up the trust a little more. And if there's been some kind of issue which that's kind of been bothering you, it's time to just let it out and just say, this is what I need, or this is what I'm looking for. And if any way, that person in your life that hasn't been showing up for you, it's time to let them go. And in the other respect, if someone has been fully showing up for you and been your ride or die, it's time for you to take the next step. Or maybe you think about getting married, maybe you think about moving in together, or maybe just spending more time together, creating some memories through some fun things. You're going to plan some fun things together. So this is really about you coming back out into the world as the beautiful sun that you are, and shining. And the lessons that you've been getting over the past few months are really solidifying. So just check your inner world. How do you feel inside yourself? Make sure you're taking care of your physical health. You're eating better, you're getting your exercise, hydrating, because this shift is really big. And the world really needs the sun, and we need you to shine. So if there's anything dulling your sparkle, let that go, okay? And just shine on, show up in your love life, show up fully for your life, shine like the beautiful sun, and radiate your confidence, your strength. It is really an inspiration to others, and take the lead role in your life, and have a fabulous week. So let go of anything that's just outdated, and embrace this new version of you, this as the bright, beautiful, shining sun that you are. So we'll talk again in a week. Okay, so next up is Virgo, sun and rising. So I was just feeling into my throat where you are reclaiming your power. You are speaking life over your life. You are really beginning to see your value in this world, and that your uniqueness, your specialness is being appreciated, and it's being honored, which is terrific. I also feel like this week brings in some shifts to your routine. So you're shifting something about your routine, some minor shifts here or there, maybe when you do your workout, or when you do your self-care or something like that. So there's a few little shifts here and there, and it makes you feel like you're taking the reins and embracing your power, and you're embracing your who you are. And there's just this feeling of like you've gone through so much, and you're in this position, you're in this place where you're feeling that you care about yourself, and that you are feeling really good about who you are as a person. So you've done some deep diving, some deep work, some shadow work, and you're now arriving at this place where you like who you are. You're happy with who you've become, and you're excited about being fully present in your life, and also what's to come. So that's a great place to be. So like I said, if you need to shift anything, clean out your closets, or shift something in your life to make it run more smoothly, go ahead and do that. And let's just see what card you get. Okay, so I'm shuffling and I get strength. Okay, so you got the Leo card here, which is the card of strength. And it really does show this week you're showing up strong, you're showing up in your life. I mean, this person is handling the lion, and they are not afraid. And you don't even know your strength until it's been tested. And you have been tested a lot this year. So give yourself a round of applause. Be proud of the things that you've accomplished and how you've worked through some difficult things this year. And it's really tested your courage. It's brought out your inner strength. You are, you have shifted into this new version of you, and your patience has been tested, and you have really overcome many challenges. And it's a great week to celebrate your wins, to celebrate you, to embrace your personal power and say, you know what, I got this. I've been through so much. I'm still here. I'm still learning. There's more for me to do. I'm showing up with my talents and gifts. I'm, organizing my life so that it flows in a way that I'm comfortable with. And you're just reclaiming your power in this lifetime. So that's monumental. So do something nice for yourself. Buy yourself something nice as a reward for the amount of inner work you've done, and also you passing your tests on patience and courage. So, like I said, if there's anything you need to clean up this week, if there's anything that you need to say to somebody, it's a good week to communicate it. And if there's anything that you are struggling with in your relationship, just address it and then bring your energy back to you and focus on what you're here to do. And maybe go organize that closet for the seasons are changing, so maybe you want to do that, or donate some clothes. And then, like I said, maybe some minute details that you want to work on when it comes to your routine, your health, or your self-care and something like that. So just make some minor adjustments and just embrace this week with an open mind and an open heart, and be fully present in your life, because you are a present in many people's lives. So have a wonderful week, and we will talk again in 1 week.